Well, in my last video, which was a Zelda Randomizer 101, I wanted to give people just a very basic idea of how to approach it for the first time, give you some picture of what to do. What I want to do in this video is maybe make the world a little easier to approach. What I mean by that is I talked about how to go through it to track things to keep yourself from getting lost. In this, I want to look at a little bit more of where to go and what you might do when you get there. What you're seeing right now is, of course, a very familiar sight, The Legend of Zelda players. It's the first quest overworld map. And as you can see, this one is marked up with the things that would normally be in their positions if you were playing in the first quest. What I want to highlight about this is these locations will not change. What I mean by that is this cave, which has in the first quest normally 30 rupees, it might be level 1 in the randomizer. But this cave location is the same as long as you are playing first quest overworld. If you're in second quest overworld, of course there's differences and you may be playing mixed as well. But for most seeds, for most randomizer playthroughs, you're dealing with the first quest overworld, so I feel comfortable enough in just addressing that. So this is always going to be a bombable cave. This is always going to be a burnable bush. And this is always going to be a red bracelet necessary block to push to be able to access these caves. Now what's in them can vary, but the highlight that I have here is that these locations, as long as you're on a first quest overworld, they don't change. It's just what's in them might change. So this is an example of a level, and so far you can see on my tracker, it's the first level that I found, and I don't know which level it is yet, I just know that it is one. But I wanted to highlight this room, because upon looking at it, a veteran player of the randomizer is going to know one critical piece of information that a new player to the randomizer might not. This bomb you see is not one that I've set, it was sitting on the floor when I walked into the room. So, just for example's sake, I'll pick it up, you can see it was a room reward. The significance of that, as I paused the game now, is seeing that bomb on the floor tells me this cannot be the room in which Triforce is in. Although these Dig Doggers can drop individual rewards, this room will not drop the Triforce when I have cleared it. That's not the only way you might find Triforce in the level. It may be on the floor like those bombs were. It may not appear until I've cleared everything, but I know that this room cannot have it because those bombs were on the floor. That's a critical piece of information that you need when you're trying to clear a level and you have no idea which room has the Triforce. It's something any experienced runner is going to know, and it's something that's going to be helpful to know if it's your first time. This is another thing that's useful to know about the randomizer, although this is maybe a little more simple than it might seem, but I thought it was worthy of a few seconds. Clearing out this room, the compass appeared. I'm going to go ahead and pick it up, and it does tell me, despite the random nature of the dungeon, it still always points to Triforce. So I now know where Triforce is in this level, which is to the right of me. And there it is sitting on the ground. Now it doesn't have to be sitting on the ground, it may be that I have to clear out the room before I can get it, but getting the compass does tell me where I can go and get the Triforce. In level 9, the compass will tell you where Zelda is. So yet another very familiar screen is the waterfall. I step inside the waterfall, and all of a sudden, I've got the pick any one you want. Normally it's just an option between the potion and the additional heart. In this set of flags from the randomizer, I have extra candles available to me. I don't need a blue candle in this case, so I'm going to take the heart. But again, this just points out that here's something that would never be there, but it can be, but that location's always the same. And this is one last concept that I really wanted to get in here. Now, of course, in First Quest, normally this would be level 5. We step inside, and it's giving me a hint. It's telling me where I could potentially find the boomerang. Now, there's another way to enter this, as you may know. If you move this Armos, I have a staircase, and this is what I want to highlight. It's the exact same. Whenever you have a situation where there's 2 potential paths into a location on a screen, it's the same location regardless. Both the cave and the staircase are going to take you to exactly the same place, wherever that place may happen to be. So in this case, it's a hint cave. It will always be a hint cave.